Another podcast with middle-aged dudes talking about shit they know nothing about. Great business model. Here's the thing, though. Men who've lived life to the fullest and seen all the ups and downs have a lot to say. And although we have a ton of fun, like your mom, we have our own opinions that are real and raw. And whether there's 5 people listening or 10,000 people listening, we will always be ourselves. Well, I mean, you know, we may have smoked a bunch of pot, and we're not all the way there, but we're here. We've got friends and we've got enemies. Which are you going to be today? Your hosts, Matt Pierce.
All right, welcome to Joint Sessions Live. Here's the deal. This isn't a show, not scripted, and it's definitely not polished. This is just going to be a place to breathe, sit still for a minute, light up if you got one, and talk about this shit we usually keep locked up. Because I don't know about you, but every time I've kept shit bottled up, never made it better. It just made my darkness darker. And I figured, why keep doing that shit alone? So here we are. No judgment, no pressure to talk if you don't want to. You could just vibe in the chat, throw in a comment, or sit back and listen, whatever feels right. We'll hang out till this joint's done or longer if the conversation's good. So if you've been carrying something this week or just need a place to sit with people who get it, this is the spot for you. You're in the right spot for sure. This isn't therapy. This is survival out loud. So let's roll with it, y'all. I think the first thing to do is talk about why I'm even here doing this, right? That's the most important thing to me anyways. And best reason I can give for that is I was thinking about it the other day, and so I have a friend who used to do this thing, and it's called like Talk It Out. And it was where like once a month we would get together, and it was just an eclectic group of people. People, honestly, I don't know that if I just bumped to in public, I would have kept in touch with. And so this is going to be like a test run for like a virtual version of my own Talk It Out. Hopefully we can get on here. We can have some good conversation. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So like I said, this is just a little test run. We'll see how this goes. I wanted to make sure everything worked okay since I've never really messed with this through Riverside before. I don't know about you, but for me, like, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. If you've listened to the podcast, you know it's been a dark couple of weeks. But I gotta honestly tell you, like, from that darkness has come so much light and love. To the fact where I had a old friend from like a couple of careers ago reach out, and I almost didn't even answer the phone, but I happened to notice the last name, and I was like, no, right? But maybe. So I answer it, and lo and behold, it was a good old friend, a guy who's from the same part of the country as me and ended up in Utah like I did. And I mean, lucky for him, he's still out there. I'm a little bit envious. But, you know, he just basically called to check in and said that he was, you know, had kind of been shown to the podcast a little bit. And just like a few other people, showed a ton of love and support that honestly I didn't know I had out there. And it made me feel very good. It made me feel loved. And it kind of gave me a little bit of hope. And so I've been trying since then to kind of focus on, okay, what does the light at the end of the tunnel look like? Like, things I want to do. Like, I want to date, right? I want to start dating. But I feel like I can't start dating until or maybe you could tell me, like, do I have to wait till I'm done, like, emotionally over this other person before I can start dating? Because I feel like if I don't start dating and move on, then I can't truly get over that other person. You know, call me crazy. I don't know how that's possible. And so I think about it, and I'm starting to think like, okay, so how do but how do I even meet anybody? I'm in this rural town where I don't know anybody. The people I work with don't really like me so much, so it's not like I'm gonna be meeting a lot of people there. Uh, I'm a unique character, right? So I have all my shit, which makes it sometimes difficult for me to engage with people. So I don't know how to like have small talk. So how do I do this, y'all? Can anybody help me? Can you help me? Can you help me figure it out? Because I could really use it. Uh, Honestly, like again, I'm looking for lights, and I hope you're looking for some light at the end of your tunnel if you're going through anything similar to what I'm going through. And I'm not talking about just a breakup, but if you're just hurting out there, and if like life is just kicking you in the balls, like I hope you're planning for that light. You're looking for what that looks like. Um, I know I'm trying to. Not sure how successful I'm being, but I'm trying. So I've thought about a couple things. I've tried dating websites, getting back to the dating thing and moving on. I've tried dating websites, right? Tried it. And I'm very turned off by like for instance, going like we'll say Plenty of Fish, right? And or better yet, Facebook dating, which is turning out to be one of the worst things freaking ever. But I go on there and every single thing is just like basically a girl saying, listen, if you're not loaded, wealthy, great looking, got all of your shit together, no baggage, then don't fuck with me. Like, what kind of mythical world are these people living in? Especially when you're getting to be our age, 45s, 46. Let's just say late 30s, middle to late 30s, or, to early 50s. You're going to have some fucking baggage. And the fact that if you're out in the dating game at that age, you probably got some baggage too that you need to be looking at. So I understand, listen, we all got hard stops, right? Like if you want to get married again, I'm not your guy. And I understand if you go, listen, I only want a relationship where I can get married, right? Great. Good for you. Like I get that I'm not your guy. But if you're like, oh, if you don't make 200,000 a year, don't message. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, here's the deal. I I don't know. I'm having a tough time trying to meet people, especially in this town I live in. It's a little like, I don't know, rural country. I don't know the right word I'm looking for here, but it is counter to who I usually am and the kind of things I'm usually into. Like, I think the women here, like, they want more of a cowboy-esque kind of guy. I don't know. I'm just not it. I'm not that person. And then like the only thing to do here is go to bars, so I can't do that. I don't know. I mean, I've definitely met a couple of girls at work that I'd like to get to know more. But then there's that whole shit more your eat thing, that can get problematic if it doesn't work out, you know. Not for me because I'm not a fucking child, but there are some people that become children if things don't work out in relationships and can make your life difficult in a work situation. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Also, what I'm trying to figure out is how do I how do I say this? How do I like transition to where like I can be close to my ex without feeling like sadness? And is that I don't I guess because like there are days where we get along really well and we connect and we are friendly, and then something always happens where I just get very like standoffish or uh I don't know, where I'm almost a little bit mad at her, I guess, or I feel like she doesn't see me. I don't know, but how do I? And I know right off the bat, I'm jumping all over the place. So I've been trying to get this all together for a while today. And then honestly, to get the bravery to get up on here, full disclosure, to get a little, not liquid courage, we'll call it herbal courage. I might have had some pre-vitamin situation before for joint session, so I'm a little all over the place. So forgive me. And like I said, this is just a test run. I think we're gonna try the start doing these on Wednesdays. And here's the deal: if you're out there and there's something you want to talk about, throw it in the chat. Hit me up. Let's have a conversation. I don't want this just to be all about me. I want this to be about all of us. I've got links everywhere. So if you want to come on and have a chat live with me, I can get you on here. Or if you just want to hit me up in the messages and we could talk. This is for everybody. Like I said, I want to thank Miss Trish, this friend of mine who, what I love about her is we don't always agree on everything, but I like what she had. And that was, like I said, that Talk It Out, where you could go on there and chat, go to these, like we go to a coffee shop, and we actually just did the other day or 2 Saturdays ago now. And what I loved about it was, just showing up. Like we went to a coffee shop and you never know who's going to be there. You never know what the conversation is going to be, but it always seems to connect. And unfortunately, she stopped doing those. And it didn't really work with my schedule all the time. So I was thinking, I've been doing these joint sessions, and you guys have been given so much love for those episodes. And I was thinking, how can I expand that? How can I expand my community? Because, I feel very isolated. If you listen to the podcast, I feel very isolated in this world right now. So how do I get out of that? Well, I'm Matt Pierce, and this is the only thing I know to do. Just put myself in an awkward situation. So we're just going to go live, and we're going to have some chats. We'll see. I did get invited to my sister's birthday party, so I might go to that at the end of the month. And I'm trying to make a trip. So I'm trying to get out there and be around people. So hopefully I can meet somebody. If you know somebody who doesn't mind a 46-year-old guy with a little bit of drama and some baggage, I'm a good dude. We can have fun as long as you don't go. If you just want to giggle and have a good time and enjoy life and build something, but not get married, I'm your guy. So I might go to her birthday party. I think I'm gonna go see my brother up in Jersey. I've got some things, like I'm going to fantasy draft. Maybe I can beat somebody up there. I got things happening, but I'm also terrified because, I go to the bar sometimes. I'm looking forward to Friday, right? Preseason football starts. If you know me, football is my thing. Football season is my favorite season. No matter what, it brings light to my soul, just knowing that football's coming. So I'm stoked for preseason football. And I know a lot of people hate it, but whatever. That's not the point. We're not talking about sports or football right now. What I'm talking about is I go to this bar for the Browns backers to watch, and you would think oh, hey, this would be a great place to meet people. And it is, except for I don't know how to fucking talk to humans and not feel less than them, or not feel like I don't fit in, or I don't belong, or I'm not good enough. I don't know how to exist and not, have those feelings. So, work in progress there. That thing tastes so delicious. Sometimes they just taste amazing. You may have a habit if no, seriously. Oh, look at that. We got. It looks like we have a couple people. So I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming to my YouTube, our YouTube page. I'm streaming to Pierce and Mine Twitter page, or X. I don't know how. It's been around 4 or 5 years, called X, and I still can't get it. It'll always be Twitter, right? But we're streaming to X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, Facebook. And so we threw a wide net and hoping to get an eclectic group of people in here to be part of this conversation. Like I said, I'm a little toasty because I did some herbal supplements before this herbal supplement to make myself a little courageous Sam. because this is scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sitting here. I do the podcast. I'm okay. The last one was very nerve wracking, and honestly, it had some undesired consequences. I didn't think. Yeah, I'm loved. I guess I should count that as a win. But usually I do the podcast. I'm not nervous. I'm excited. If anything, I'm just nervous about what we're going to talk about because I don't ever, I do, I jot out some ideas, but I don't like come in with any kind of script or anything. So I do get a little nervous about keeping things flowing. Like I'm terrified right now. But outside of that, like I can go and I don't get stressed and I don't worry about it. But right now I am like panicking on the inside. I just got to be 100% honest with you. I'm panicking. So thank you for giving this. Like I'm using different equipment than I usually use lately. Like I went back to the mic. Ugh, that's my butt right there. I went back to using the microphone because just for this one, because it's new and I wanted to make sure everything was going to work right. So hopefully you can hear me okay. But yeah, I'm terrified. And I think this is how I go through life. Like, thankfully, the last couple of days, I've made some progress with the situation at work. And I feel like there's been some communication barriers knocked down and I've been able to communicate with the team a little bit better. But even there, I feel out of place everywhere. And I think that's why I look so forward to my days off because I can isolate myself in this house and I have where I'm comfortable with everything going on. Is that fucked up? Yes, probably it is. Probably is. Looks like we got someone watching us on Twitch, so shout out to whoever you are. But see, weed lost my track of mind. Freaking herbs, just lose your track of mind. Too many herbs, too many spices. No, but I am. Oh, do you ever do that? Do you ever feel like get that feeling of being like less than or like that you don't belong in any situation? It's been a long time since I've either been in a job or been in a group of friends that I felt like I belonged. And a lot of that is on me because I've been going through a lot of changes. I mean, my body's changed a lot. My ability of what I can do has changed significantly. I am, for all intents and purposes, a completely different human being. And that's fucking awesome. And I think it's great. And I love it. But becoming a different person means that, what has happened, and we've talked about it, is I've lost a lot of people and I haven't been able to replenish them. And so I'm very grateful for the people I have, the people that check in on me and deal with me and, put up with the drama dumps and all the fun things it is being friends with Matt Pierce. And I get that. Being my friend's got to be a real pain in the dick. I'm sensitive. I don't know how to explain my emotions, and I don't think I'm stupid, right? Well, fuck that. I know I'm not dumb, but also I don't have confidence to stand behind what I know. I know what I know, but I don't have the confidence to just put that out there. And how do you fix that? Maybe this is it. Maybe just doing these shows is going to help give me that confidence. Maybe our Twitch fellow watcher and our Facebook watcher will drop a dime on us and drop a dime. Oh my God. Did I just send myself to prison? Drop a dime. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I maybe made a little bit of a mistake by the herb. That's okay because this is a test as a national pride. This is a test, right? And we can only go up from here. I think about the podcast and how that's come along lately and how the first one was a train wreck. But here we go. We got a lot of things moving with that. I actually have possible conversations with other humans coming for that. But we'll see. First, I'd like for this to become something where we can get together once or twice a week for these live sessions and kind of open up with each other, be a support group of some sort for one another, you know, because I get you have issues, I get you have struggles, and I want to be somebody who can be there for you like you've been there for me. That's important, right? It's got to be a two-way street. I think I've mastered the art of taking. I want to master the art of giving. And that's tough because I was born selfish. I selfish is me. I am selfish, right? I don't know how else to say it. I wish I wasn't. And people say, well, then just don't be, right? Like I wake up every day and go, well, he's super. I'm going to stop being selfish today. No, I'm not. Guess what? That's not going to happen. I can try to be less selfish or learn how to maybe redirect that selfishness into a non-selfish way, if that's even possible. But I just feel some things are just built in, and I have, for whatever rhyme or reason, I have this like survival mechanism inside of me that like presents as selfish, as I'm going to be very selfish. I'm going to do whatever I can to protect myself. And I think I let go of that a little bit because all I was doing was worrying about my family, you know, my son, my daughter, you know, my wife, hell, even my ex-wife. Like I always have put their needs in front of mine. Not always. That's a fucking lie, Matt. Yeah. Oh, I get so mad at myself when I know that I'm not being like when something comes out of my mouth and I realize that for whatever reason, like, see, it's like automatically like try to make the best version of me come out. And it's like a fucking filter I have, this fucked up filter I have in my head. Because I was just like, oh, I've always put them in front of me. Well, no, I haven't. That's part of being selfish. I guarantee you, if you talk to my daughter, she'll be like, no, my dad was not around, was not available, uh, dropped the ball in many ways, right? And that sucks to know that that's there, but it is the facts. Uh, so as much as I love my daughter and as much as you know that I'm trying everything I can to have her in my life and to get that opportunity to sit down and have a chat with her, like I earned her not wanting me in her life, you know. And sure, like it was definitely assisted by people who pushed her in that direction as well. But I didn't like give her any reason not to just fucking go with the flow and get on the anti-dad wagon, right? And that's it is what it is. Like there's a lot of things I could have done. There was times where I was given an opportunity to like skip visits and I jumped all over them because emotionally I wasn't prepared. Uh, I wasn't prepared for what that kind of love is. Like the love I have for that kid, it fucked me up honestly because I knew that I could never live up to what she needed. At least at that time, because I had not at any point like sought out counseling. I hadn't done any of that. Like, yeah, I had all this hate and all this anger from how I grew up and how all that life went. That when I found out my ex-wife was pregnant, I was scared and frustrated and not ready, and I knew because for a long time I said I never want to be a parent. Like, because I knew about my selfishness, and I knew, like, I didn't want to do what I felt was being done to me. Like, I didn't want a kid to feel rejected or unloved. And so that didn't matter because I had unprotected sex, and here came my daughter. And the instant I saw her, I knew that I would not live up to anything she deserved. And I think that clicked something in me to make it so I, like, pushed myself away from her. Because in some way, maybe I was trying to protect her, but I didn't protect her. I fucking fucked her life up on some level. And I hope she's living a great life and is super happy in spite of all of it. But, like, I played a role. If her life sucks, I played a huge role in that. So I could see why she doesn't want me in her life. But I also, as somebody who's sitting here and has the, the situations going on that I do, I hope that it doesn't stay that way. I hope she changes her mind. And I hope that she decides that she wants to get to know one another before it's all said and done. Because, one of my greatest dreams is having a meal with my son and my daughter. And my son's moving back to Ohio. Like, his mom went out to get him tomorrow, was going out tomorrow to get him. And he's coming back here. I'm not going to say home because, let's be honest, I've told you, Utah's home. It will always be home. Even if I wasn't born and raised there, Utah's home because it made me the best version of myself. It made me the version that was willing to go get therapy. It made me the version, if even for a short time, deserved Kim's love. And it made me the person who was able to get, like, a career I should have never had. And so, like, Utah will always and forever be home. So I'm not going to say he's coming home, but he's coming back to Ohio, a place I never thought he was going to come back to, because when he left Ohio, I thought he was like, all right, fuck this. I never wanted to come here in the first place. But thankfully, he met some great friends here, and he's got his first apartment with them. I'm super stoked for him. Also, that's what brings up this idea of, like, how nice would it be if Kaylee would talk to me, if Kaylee would just open that door and we could start building something at some point to be able to have a meal with my kids, have a Father's Day that doesn't feel like I'm a complete failure. That's the hope, and that's all we can do is hope. And I know I don't know. See, I don't even know how I got twisted where I'm at right now. This is why I don't do this. I don't take herbs before I record joint sessions because it can get messy. As we're a little messy right here, but that's okay. We're just gonna stay for a few more minutes. We'll finish this joint. I would love to hear from people in the live chat next time. Like I said, tomorrow, Wednesday the 6th, we are going to try this at probably around 6 or 7, get more people on here. I did find, I'm noticing the belt in the background. That's my AEW championship belt. I did meet a friend at work, by the way, who's probably my age, maybe a little younger. I don't know. But anyways, she's cool as fuck. And what I love about it is she's really into wrestling too. So, like, I've never connected with somebody at work about wrestling. Because to me, wrestling is like, if I admit that I love wrestling, it's like this hillbilly thing about me. But I don't know why I feel like that. Like, I love wrestling. Like, I think it's such a beautiful art form, and it takes so much skill. And, like, when done right, the storytelling is so amazing that I don't know why I'm so ashamed that I like it. But I don't know. I think, most of my ex-girlfriends have hated it and thought it was dumb, and so probably I took that on as something I should be ashamed of. But honestly, I fucking love it. I love a good wrestling match. Honestly, the matches, I can want it's rare anymore that matches are great and fun to watch. I will honestly say this last John Cena Cody Rhodes match was pretty fun. But what I was getting to before I got off on this whole I love wrestling tangent, it was nice to meet somebody who had a common interest and we could both say it out loud, like talk about how we really want to go to WrestleMania and do the whole 4 days. And like, I've never got to have that conversation at work. And I know it's stupid to get excited about something like that, but I'm like, it's those moments that give me hope that maybe there are people at this new job that I can connect with, and I just have to find them, and I have to get out of my own way. And so that's why I was going to watch the Browns game, for instance, here at the house, because I just got, a few months ago, I got a new like 80-inch TV. I guess it was been longer than that. But I was gonna watch the game here, especially with Shador starting his first game. But now I'm like, I think I need to push myself to go back to the Browns backers bar and watch the games there, just to get out into the wild, just to relearn how to have a conversation with people, how to connect with people, how to be around people. Test out this new version of me. Now, when I say test out, I'm not trying to say I'm going to go put on a fucking show, right? But when I say test out, what I think I mean is I'm going to go and just be my most authentic self, like I've been trying to be lately. And you know what? If something, and be willing to have conversations that I disagree with people or call people out. Just be my most authentic self. That's my goal. And so I'm gonna push myself to go Friday, and hey, maybe I meet somebody. Maybe I meet somebody of the female persuasion. Who knows? But only time will tell, right? We got a couple more minutes here, and hopefully we still got no chats. I was hoping someone would give me something like just in a like a topic or just whatever. But that will come. That will happen. These will build. We're not changing the world overnight. You know what I'm saying? So don't freak out. Calm down. Know that yes, right now is we're here, and the group's not as big as we want it to be, but we're gonna get there. You know, hell, I'm what 10 sessions in, 10 episodes into the joint sessions. And I remember that first one got like 2 downloads, right? And again, I don't care about downloads, but for me, it goes, is the message getting out? Is this connecting with anybody? To this very last episode, we're at like a few hundred downloads. Now, that's nowhere near what we our max that we've gotten in the past, especially when we're talking like about sports and random shit. But that is no longer my intent. I would love for us to have 500 to 1,000 people on here on these streams, and us really having a conversation and fucking feeling each other, but also like okay if that doesn't happen and it's just the 2 or 4 of us. Whatever. I'm here for it. I'm also here for these supplements because here's the deal. If I don't keep taking them, fairly consistently, the flame goes out. And then I have to relight it. And honestly, that's a whole thing. It really is. This has been a lot of fun. I know it's been sloppy, and that's why I wanted to do this little test run, and I'll, check it out and see how it went on the other side. But hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the sound's not terrible. And, yeah, hopefully, fuck, I don't even know. Just hopefully all the things, right? Anyways, I'm going to go because I'm going to go watch Mark Maron's stand up before I go to bed. But be here tomorrow, whether it's on Facebook, X, or we're streaming to Twitch. Listen, if you want to see us on TikTok, we can't stream live there yet. We got to get the code. And to get the code, I need 1,000 followers. Get out there, follow me on TikTok. Pod on TikTok. We're there. Like us, love us, punch us in the face, whatever you want to do. We're here for it. But I'm gonna go watch Mark Maron's podcast. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. No, I'm gonna go watch Mark Maron's podcast. Stand up special. I'm gonna finish this herb and then I'm gonna crash and snuggle with the pups. So y'all have a good one. And thanks for partaking.
They may be men who don't have PhDs in anything, but you can bet that sweet ass they know how to have fun. And seeing how you made it to the end, you're now in the club. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we had doing it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit us up on TikTok. Y'all be cool. See you next time.